Look over that way, look at Dad. Look at Dad.
Hey everyone, it's Nick here from 45 Degrees Sailing.
And I'm Mahina from
45 Degrees Sailing. We're just down here in Kastel Village having a drink. It's a very, very beautiful day, and we thought we would do a video on on what?
On some of the comments we get that people think are limitations that are going to stop them from doing a sailing holiday.
Whereas we think these are more opportunities. So limitations versus opportunities. So some of these are as follows. People sometimes say, a sailing holiday is not for me, I can't swim.
Which is entirely not true, because we make sure we have things on the boat to help cater for people who either aren't swimmers at all or just aren't strong swimmers. We have the paddle boards, we have pool noodles, and we have boats that have swimming platforms that go right down to the water, which generally makes swimming a lot more of an inclusive, easy activity for people to do if they're not so confident about it.
And it's much nicer interacting when you have these aids in the water and people that can help look after you and or your kids while this is happening.
He's a really strong swimmer, so we're all good.
All right, another one I hear so often, and we seem to have this conversation every week, is I don't like small places.
Neither do I. And the boats that we charter are very spacious for the kinds of sailing yachts that I don't know about you, but that I would think of if someone said, hey, let's go on a sailing holiday.
Stand by. Carry on.
It's an ice cream delivery, so we'll forgive
Allow
him.
it.
Also, downstairs, even if it is spacious and you still don't feel 100% comfortable down there, you don't have to spend much time down there in the cabin or even downstairs. There's lots of space up on deck. If you're not comfortable sleeping in the cabins, like me, then there are lots of places up on deck that you can sleep. We have amazing lounge areas that are brilliant for sleeping at night, and we've also got hammocks, which are my favourite spots.
Love sleeping in the hammocks. All right, how about this one? You probably heard this a million times. I get really seasick.
Again, me too.
We both get really seasick, and it's one of the things we've found actually really good is understanding what this is like for our guests.
The empathy that we have for people who come on board our boats who experience seasickness means that we do things differently. Nick helms differently, we move at different times of the day between swim spots or islands, we eat differently.
We'll consider the weather very carefully for people that are prone to seasickness and do our passages when it's going to be the easiest for everyone.
So if you do get seasick and you still want to go on a sailing trip, I would probably say that we're the ones to come with because we know what it feels like.
Absolutely. And Mahina has a whole bunch of tips that you can check out about this as well that we'll link in the comments below on this video. Leading into the other question that gets asked, what if it rains? What do you think?
Get wet?
We do get wet. You get a free shower. We do get rainstorms coming through while we're on our sailing holidays sometimes, but generally not for that long and not often. And when you're on board the boat, it's like having a floating apartment. So if it's really raining, there's plenty of room up top and downstairs. We can always play cards.
Which is fun.
There is plenty to do, including swimming and sailing and all activities that you are up for in the rain, and it's not a problem at all.
Actually, one of the really cool things I loved about the storms this year is the questions that the kids asked. The kids are always super interested in the storms, the lightning, the thunder, what happens if you're on a boat in the middle of these storms. So it actually proved a really cool educational opportunity to teach the kids about, okay, here's what storms are like in Croatia, and here's what happens when you have a storm when you're on a boat.
Basically just meant everyone was looking forward to storms. So, how about you? Can you see any awesome possibilities of this? Are there any limitations that you would like to know about it? Let us know. All right. Thanks a lot for listening, and as I say, comment below if you've got any more questions.
Vedimo se.